Welcome to another budget saving 5 cards for $5 video. Today we're looking at Hearthhull the Worldseed and their Precon deck World Shaper. They cost 1 and Jund. They are a legendary artifact spacecraft. They have station. Tap another creature you control, put charge counters equal to its power on this spacecraft. Station only as a sorcery. It is an artifact creature at 8+. At 2+, it gets 1 tap, sacrifice a land, draw 2 cards, and you may play an additional land this turn. At 8+, it gets flying, vigilance, haste, and has whenever you sacrifice a land, each opponent loses 2 life. The Hearthhull Precon centres around gaining benefits from sacrificing lands, drawing cards and putting more lands into play. My first choice is Erenis Gloomstalker. They are a 3/3 Harboring Ranger for 2 colourless and green. They have Death Touch, and whenever Erenis Gloomstalker attacks, return target land card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Coming in at 35 cents, Erenis means that you can return those sacrifice lands from your graveyard to the battlefield, giving you extra upside. Second card I've chosen is Earthbender Ascension. They are 2 colourless and green, and they're an enchantment, and they have when this enchantment enters Earthbend 2. When you Earthbend, you make a target land a 0/0 creature, and you put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Then search your library for a basic card, put it onto the battlefield tab to then shuffle. They also have Landfall. When a land you control enters, put a quest counter on this enchantment. When you do, if it has 4 or more quest counters on it, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It gains trample until end of turn. And if you're getting 2 landfall triggers every turn, you're putting 2 quest counters onto Earthbender Ascension, and every other turn you should be able to put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Earthbender Ascension is 79 cents. Third card on my list, and the most expensive card at $2.99, is Evolution Sage. They are 2 colourless and green. They are a 3/2 Elf Druid, and they have Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, proliferate. When you proliferate, you choose any number of opponents and or players, then give each another counter of each kind already there. With 2 landfall triggers a turn, you can proliferate the charge counters, quest counters, and +1/+1 counters I've already mentioned in this video. The next card on my list is Architect of the Untamed. It is 2 colourless and green. It is a 2/3 Elf Artificer Druid and has whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you get an energy counter. Pay 8 energy counters, create a 6/6 colourless beast artifact creature token. If you are getting 2 landfall triggers a turn, you will get 2 energy counters. If you're getting 2 more proliferate triggers, you are also getting 2 more energy counters. That's 4 energy counters a turn. Every other turn, you'll be creating a 6/6 colourless beast artifact creature token. They come in at 49 cents. Finally, we have Skittering Precursor. They are 2 colourless and red. They are a 3/3 Eldrazi drone. They have Devoid, which means they actually have no colour. They have Menace. They also have whenever you sacrifice a non-token permanent, create a 0/1 colourless Eldrazi spawn creature token with sacrifice this creature, add colourless. If you're sacrificing lands, you're technically putting yourself on a downside compared to your opponents. However, if you're creating Eldrazi spawn creatures that you can sacrifice for mana, that helps to offset that problem. Skittering Precursor is 35 cents. All told, I managed to add 5 cards to the World Shaper deck and spend a total of $4.97. What budget cards would you consider putting into Hearthhull the Worldseed?